Oh, hey guys. I'm glad to have you today. The first thing I want to do is introduce to you thoroughly what we're going to be talking about. This is a podcast, Sylvia's Love Letter. So Sylvia is my younger sister. I did this. I wouldn't say for her. I did it for me. It's literally a letter to myself about my purpose, about how to deal with things that affect me, how to deal with people, deal with finances, deal with relationships, deal with everything that affects me. This is literally what Sylvia's Love Letter is going to be about. It's a letter to myself. It's my life story, and I'm reading it to myself because I really I'm at a point where I wanna be a better person. You see, and I wanna use or learn from everybody. You see, and because I know any day that I go without learning, it's a day that I'm feeling to cope. So whenever I give myself a chance to learn, it's giving myself a chance to cope.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it's about.
Yeah.
So for the content that we're going to be talking about today, which is I told you earlier, we're going to be talking about finances and relationships. I thought first of talking about it with older people, but after having read this scripture from 1 John chapter 2 verse 14, which reads as, I have written to you children because you have come to know the Father. I have written to you fathers because you have come to know the one who is from the beginning. I have written to you young men because you are strong, God's word remain in you, and you have had victory over the evil one. So the Bible literally says young people are the strongest ones. So those are good people with good memory. Those are people with good energy. Those are people with execution. Those are people who are curious about the world. And those are people who can learn from everything. Those are people who are ready to learn. Those are people who are eager to know what's the next thing. So I think the first thing that I want to kickstart with is it's finances. How do we deal with finances? Because my relationship with finances has been bad. I've got to a point where I wanna check myself back when it comes to finances. Literally, I want somebody to tell me this is how you do the finances. Because I budget. After having budgeted so good, having the budget in my mind, I go against the budget. But I think I have to write it down. I think writing it down is going to be something else, rather than just putting it in my mind than doing it. So I don't know how do you deal with finances yourself? What can you say to do with finances? But first we can start with introducing yourself. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Tshego Moses. Firstly, I would like to thank you for inviting me to your podcast.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, I want to talk about finances. Finances is a very difficult topic to talk about. For me personally, my journey with finances has been a bumpy ride. Sometimes I think I get the hang of this finance thing, but sometimes it's just a totally different story.
Yeah.
But one thing I've realized about myself is that I'm able to better manage my funds or my finances when I put it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about writing down, putting a budget on writing it down, and then maybe saying it out. I don't know if it's because it involves senses, you're listening to yourself say it out, or because you're even writing and you're even seeing, engaging about 3 or 4 senses.
Yeah.
So it helps you really keep this in mind. Having a plan which is written down helps you to stick to that plan.
Also, you cannot go beyond it.
Again?
You cannot go against it because it's here in paper.
I believe when you write something down, it sticks to your mind.
Yeah.
We are able to better perform what you have written down than what's just this in our mind.
Okay.
What you think.
Yeah.
So, to me, I believe, even though sometimes I do it, I still struggle. I still want to have that consistency to always do it, write things down. But sometimes, some months I forget. But I'm happy because I'm here to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm going to talk to the lady. I don't know if it's only me. I have this belief that ladies are good with finances. I don't know why. Hey, ladies, bruh, you will be there being so broke.
Yeah.
A lady will be having some money that you don't understand where she
Where
gets it
she
from.
got it.
Like sometimes I have lady friends, some of the lady friends.
Yeah.
A lady friend will be here saying you're broke with her today. Hey guys, we are broke. The next morning she buys an aeroplane. Okay, then we were broke yesterday. Where did you get the aeroplane from?
The relationship and that. Like, it becomes personal to me because I have my mom and dad. My dad is a businessman, but my mom works in the government. But she earns little money than compared to my dad. But the amount of things or projects that we were able to do as a family, the finances come from my mom, who is making little money. You wouldn't even know.
I don't know. Let's say some things I think ladies hide from us.
Yeah.
There's something they do with this money. But ladies are said to be when you give them something they make more out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that they do to this money when they get to the bedrooms or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's more like they have more than we do.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your relationship with money? What can you say about your relationship with money?
Okay, my name is Bogolo, and thank you so much for hosting me today.
Okay.
I'm really glad to be part of this conversation, to be part of the writers of Sophia's letter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
so talking about finances are not an easy thing because they are perceived to be taboo on our society. Like when you talk about finances, even in relationship, before we even get there, but even in relationships, we don't normally talk about this kind of stuff. And personally, our parents won't groom us to say, this is how you budget, this is how you're supposed to use your money. And you find yourself having money and not knowing what to do with it. So as for me, I've always been counted one financially wise person. I don't know why. Maybe because of maybe because of how I groomed myself. I learn a lot from the financial people. I really invest on knowing about finance.
Finances, yes.
Yeah, I even do online courses that are free on finance because I really want to learn about this thing. And after you saying women have this thing of they are multipliers. They multiply. They kind of multiply things that they have.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom that God has implanted on us. We cannot boast about it, but we can do a lot. We can do better. Even when I look at myself at this moment, I'm like, okay, I am at a certain point at a good relationship with my finances, but I'm not really satisfied because I want to learn investing. I want to learn multiplying my money. I don't like spending my money and not having a track of it. Like, where has my money gone? Like, I was extreme at one point that I would sit down and have all my receipts for the month. All my receipts, I collect them and put them here. I want to know where every single penny went. I would want to know how I've spent my money. I would want to know on what. Because on what you spend your money shows your relationship with money.
Your relationship with money.
Yeah, it reveals who you are with your finances. So I hope we will explore more as we talk about this thing. But we need financial literacy. That's my point here, that we need financial literacy. We need to deliberately learn about finance. And because we read from the Bible, we are Christians, and this thing of being a steward, of God, knowing that God has given you something and He expects you to do better with it. Your finances are part of what God has entrusted with you. And He's like, okay, I'm going to see how Tshego is going to use his money because I've given him this money. So we are accountable for that. So having that relationship also with God has also helped me because I'm like, if I use this money, if I don't use it wisely, I'm then saying to God that I'm not grateful for what you've given me, and I don't care how I use what you've given me. But having that relationship with God now gives me that opportunity to sit back and say, okay, how am I going to use my money wisely to glorify the one who has given me this money?
I think.
Can I add to what she just said? Because like what she just said, she mentioned a very important point. Because like we spend so much time learning in school. We spend so much time learning the technical things which are not even useful for us in our daily lives. Like we lack financial literacy. If we could get financial literacy from the base, who is still very young,
Yeah.
would be able to accomplish so much.
Yeah.
So much. We lack financial literacy, and
Yeah.
I believe if we could fix that thing from the base, so many problems that we're facing right now,
We wouldn't be facing it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, what she said about stewardship and what she said about God giving you money and expecting you to be responsible for it. It reminded me of a lot of things about finance. But I think everybody understands why I said ladies are good with money.
Yeah.
She said she keeps receipts. Like just today myself,
Yeah.
I went shopping.
Yeah.
You should have sent me through those receipts in the just leaving the shop. I put them there.
Yeah.
And went home.
That's what we do.
I was there like that, but I was happy.
Mhm.
Just today, because like I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday that was about money. I was reading about money. I was even watching, like I think I sent you the link.
Yes.
Or the sermon.
Yes.
Yeah, the sermon is from Transformation Church. They're talking about easy money and like they're talking about stewardship. They're talking about how to attract money. They're talking about how to be responsible with money. We should talk about the lead pastor is Pastor Mike. Like the investment about money. Them talking about money. I was there like, am I even responsible with my money?
Yeah.
Do I even like have my money? Do like my relationship with money? But what they were saying is like money requires mastery. If you master money, like anything you can master.
And if you love it, it will love you back.
You can love it back. You can love it back. And they were talking about like you should get a skill to get money. That's the first thing. Like money is attracted to a skill. Master a certain skill. If you master a certain skill, like we'll be there like referring people to you. Because you have mastered something. You have been good at something. So when I good, like even remember there's a parable of talents. Where the master was leaving to a far land, then he leaves everybody with certain portions. Then the other one healed because they were afraid of what is going to happen to him, and the other one was there multiplying and everything. And after them, those that taken good care of the money, those that have taken good care of the money, were congregated.
Yeah.
And they were told to come to the master. It's more like what God has done for us. He gives us gifts that He needs us to serve people with. And if you don't use those gifts to go forward, then it means like it's as good as if even you don't have them. So like, it's more like you have this beautiful gift that you have, but you don't use it.
Yeah.
See, so like that's what it's about. Like money, man. Money affects our society.
Yeah, it does.
Money affects our society. Like I'm here. I think what brought me to this point, I was here. They saying like, okay, now I'm doing. We are all doing MBA. You see, but I'm here saying I still struggle with finances to this day. What am I even doing? Because like I'm talking about finances, I'm talking about budgeting, I'm talking about how to take care of money, resources, and everything. But I can't do that. I can't practice that in my life.
And
So-
here it's a critical point because just finding yourself to be a financial manager of a whole huge enterprise, but you cannot manage your personal money. You cannot manage your personal money. That is essentially the same with leadership anywhere and everywhere. You cannot lead a pack of people when you cannot lead yourself. So it begins on a personal level. It begins on a personal level before we can even go professionally about it. So we need to master our finances personally and individually before we can know how to manage our enterprise. Probably we are going to be business people. And how are we going to manage our finances when we don't manage them personally at an individual level?
Yeah, I think what you said just reminded me of I used to work this at a restaurant. It's in 2019. I got hired there as a manager. Like the job title that I was given was to be a manager. Then my boss comes to work and says to me, "Do you think you can manage a restaurant when you cannot put toilet paper in the bathroom?" Because I went to where you stayed, there was no toilet paper in the bathroom. I was very offended. Like, why would she say this? I actually had a lot of toilet paper in my room, but I didn't put it there because like I'm there saying when I need it I'm gonna take it anyway. So she came and she didn't find it and she felt like I didn't do the right thing. Yes, I understand what you said about it being on a personal level. Like if you cannot manage stuff on personally, then you cannot come to people.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you're gonna come to people unless you manage them like personally first. Yeah. So like I think there's this thing of money. It's more like money runs the world. Does it really work though?
It does. To a certain level, I feel
Yeah.
it does. Money
Yeah.
makes the world go around. You can't do anything. Almost everything requires some level of money. Yeah.
Yeah, like to like money is we need money, but money is an instrument that we should
it is
use
an
to get things done.
Yeah.
And I want to say this from the beginning because like we cannot save money. Like in as much as we need it or we're required to listen and stuff, like we cannot save money. Like it is money after all. You see, like I remember even there's this person that I used to work for recently before I came to India.
Yeah.
He said to me like he was saying it nicely too. Like he used to talk to me about a lot of things. He says to me, you let people when you have money, the first thing you think about is spending. But us, he's actually in India. Us Indians, the first thing when we have money, we wanna expand it before we spend it. So your orientation is about spending money. Even before it comes to your hands, you have spent the money. So like those are the things that he said to me. I was there like, Ish, this guy is so true. And he was saying this because the other black brother that we with sees a good car outside of the office before we enter this guy's office and says, like, just hire me. I want to buy myself a Ferrari. And he asks him, why do you want a Ferrari? And the guy, instead of saying, I love a Ferrari or something, he says, I want to be the first person in my family to drive a Ferrari. So, like, the whole man that you've worked for so long, you wanna buy a Ferrari. You see? And I think it gets down to assets and liabilities, but that's not what we can even go to. We're not gonna go to that, but it's probably surely liability. If you're gonna be working so much for so many years, like investing money and everything, your energy and everything, then buying a car that is so expensive, that needs high maintenance, needs high insurance. Even if somebody bumps you, you're gonna get so mad because it's so expensive. Yeah, so like I mean, finances. If you want to talk about finances, like we sit here the whole day and speak about finances.
I'd like to also add on to something. You just mentioned an Indian guy. You know, being a student here in India, man, I've learned so much about finances.
Money.
You know, I've realized that I think money, to a certain level, it is ingrained in our culture. Like people here in India, they have a culture of a very different culture from where we come from. These guys are savers. They will save money to the core. I have a classmate. We have a classmate. Right? That guy told us a story that he won 3,000 rupees 3 years back when he was still doing his undergrad.
3 years back.
3 years back. Now he's doing MBA. And mind you, 3 years back. Right? Now he's doing MBA, and he is left with about 1.670
of the same money.
Yeah.
Of the same money he won 3 years back. Do you imagine that's what 3,000? I can spend 3,000 like this.
In a minute.
In a minute.
That is why I feel like these people are able to like produce so much because they gain wealth because they spend so little money. They spend so little
and they
are
more.
able to now invest. They save more, so they have more to invest. You see?
Yeah, there's also one principle I've learned from The Richest Man in Babylon, as the title of the book, that we should. The principle states that money has to be enslaved. That's the principle I operate with in my life. Like money is not supposed to enslave me. I am supposed to enslave money. I have to leash money, and money has to work for me. So that at one point I sit back and watch money plowing my field. I watch money filling my house with food. I watch money serving me. Money should be my servant. Yeah, that's the principle that I'm now operating on. That I don't need to be cracking my head chasing money. I have to gather, of course I have to gather, but I have to make sure that this money that I'm gathering has to save me. Because looking back at our parents and how they suffer, and this seemingly generational curse of you having to find your mom poor and working hard to develop her,
Oh.
and you don't develop yourself, and your kids find you poor because you're developing your poor mom, and they have to work to make you, to upgrade you, and now this is a chain in our families,
That keeps
and
going.
we need to break it. We need to break it, and it's our now generation from the Western Shop, right? We
Yeah.
are strong, we are exposed to financial literacy, we are exposed to books. I cannot underestimate the power of books in teaching us about, studying books, in teaching us about this finance thing. So money has to be enslaved. Our parents are still enslaved by money. They work even at 60, still working for money. At the point where they should be sitting back and watching their money working for them.
Yeah.
So we need to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
As youth, we need to be change makers in this
Yeah.
situation.
Like in addition to what you just said,
Yeah.
do not chase after money. Attract money.
Attract money.
Money comes to you.
Oh, attract money. Attract money. Don't chase money.
Money comes easily when you attract it. Just find ways. Make systems that will bring money to you.
Not to chase money. I don't know. I feel it's more like I'm perplexed. She talked about something of finding our parents poor, and you want to take them out of that. And by doing that, you do nothing for yourself.
Yeah.
Like literally, yes, it's just yesterday. I was out asking people about money. I was out, like literally. I was out. People who are gonna see this are gonna remember the time I was out asking them about money. Like, guys, like money, guys, money. And this is what a lady said. She actually, I was talking with her on Facebook. She said, "Can I have your number?" And I gave her the number. Then she called me. The first thing she said was, every time I hear a guy saying, "I wanna do something for my mom before I do something for myself or get married," she said, "I cringe because parents are different.
Yeah.
Because everybody has had an opportunity in the very same way, with the very same resources. Some even have better. Because like now for us, it's more like we are having a lot of crises that are going on. This recession that is actually going on, and we see with everything that is happening. And at the same time, this was not happening back then. They had better opportunities. Things were cheaper. Like money had value at the time, but they didn't do anything for themselves. So now, since we love them, we have this stigma of feeling like we're gonna take them out of there before we bring ourselves out. So you end at a point where you cannot do nothing for yourself. Because like literally, it brings me to the second thing that we're going to talk about of relationships. I was asking them like people, the first thing I was asking them like, when do you introduce topics about money in a relationship? At what stage do you introduce money? Because like I'm in a relationship myself. Okay. Then don't make me feel that way. Don't make me feel that way. The relationship that I'm in, we talk about everything but our money. We talk about every topic but our money. But it was only yesterday. I have this accountability partner, and then she told me it's a lady. She told me like I'm here to judge you. I'm not here to cancel you. I'm here gonna be judging. And she asked me like, you've been in a relationship for so long, and your partner is a lady. Normally ladies would wanna have kids early because of the complications that come with it and everything. But when are you marrying this lady? Then I go on with the good story like, no, you see what I wanna do? I wanna start a business for my mom. After starting a business for my mom, then I work on myself and she said to me, you better get rid of that chick. Or work on marrying her. Then I was there like, what do you mean about this? She said like, I'm telling you, tomorrow morning you dump that chick. or you come to your senses. What are you willing to compromise on? And I felt like I was making a good point by saying like, I want to do something for my parents first. Like this lady has gone me through this. And everybody that talked about this, a lot of people said they don't even know their husband's financial state. And I feel like, what are we doing if we don't know each other's financial status? Because like I think there was even one friend who said something about money. That I loved her approach. She said like if we have a budget, say 4,000 in any currency, this is the budget for the house. Each one of us has to contribute 50-50 towards this budget. Then if we have excess is yours. Then if we have to make savings, we have to make any improvements or whatsoever that it is. Like it has to be alongside the money that you have contributed to get. Because she says, I've evaluated how much I spend myself. And if somebody's going to come in, it's going to come at least to this amount. Then if it's going to come to this amount, if it's both people, then the two people have to contribute that amount so that we can develop the family and everything.
Yeah.
But excess, if there is excess, then excess has to be the one that has to go to the other person who has access. And I felt like, in as much as we are saying we are one and everything, I felt like she had a good approach.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have their approach that they have their families and finances. Everybody's going to be saying the money that you have, it's for the family, it's for you together and everything. But I felt like she had one beautiful approach that I like. Because like she has evaluated and she says, this one is going to work. So it gets to a point where somebody says, where did you get a car? I said, like, no, I bought it with my own money. You remember the family money is there. So like it's more like now the fights about money are gonna be less or something like that. You see, that's what she said. So I don't know, like jumping to relationships before anything, but I don't know what you guys can say. Like when is the best time to introduce money talks in a relationship? When should you introduce money talks in a relationship? At what stage do you talk about money? When do you talk about money in a relationship?
Okay, personally, I believe the moment you realize that you want to get serious with that person, that's the best time to talk about money. To introduce money topics. Because, a lot of relationships fail this money because of this topic. Finances.
Money.
Money is the root cause of many arguments in a relationship. Because if you don't introduce this topic at an early stage, people tend to have expectations. In terms of money, they will have expectations. And if you haven't established how far you can go, you're going to have problems because you will be able to buy her maybe a Corolla and she'll be expecting this thing.
Because we didn't say how much
she's just now speculating. Yes. Give the right information at the right time.
That I can afford a wheelbarrow at this point.
That she knows. That's very important, my friend. I don't know. That's my take on it. I know.
It should be said early. I think there's this post that made me laugh along the week that said this person has written something. It's actually Sesotho. She said, what did she say? Oh, skabala nyalana listener chele. Kala ya kabanya. So that was it. Like when you translate it, it's like you don't know about money. Like starvation is gonna hunger. Hunger it's the root cause of arguments. Like we said, like I looked at this post, I laughed so much. But to be honest, money is one thing that's gonna be making arguments. I don't know what you're gonna say. Like what should we introduce money?
Even analysis on what causes marriage, divorce, high rate of divorce. It was found to be finance. So it's really important for me. I share the same sentiment with him that as early as you know that I want to move ahead in life with this person, then start talking money. What are you waiting for? And then the other thing is, back to the case that we were talking about earlier on, that you need to master your money first before you introduce anybody into your life. I mean, because when you now introduce another person, it means another mind, a different approach to money. It means a whole lot of things, like different upbringing, different relationship with money. So if you master money, if you know how to use your finances, if you have now mastered the art of making money your servant, introducing another person to this system is gonna be easy. somehow, somewhere. Because you'll be telling the person that these are the principles that I've been operating with. With my money, with my finance. How have you been operating?
Yeah.
And you realize that your partner maybe doesn't have a system with money. They don't have a relationship with money. And that's when now as early as that point of relationship, you now develop your relationship manual of money. You now develop how you're going to use and operate your money because you are two different people. You bring your own approach, she brings her own approach, you match them. You come up with what's gonna happen, what's gonna work for you.
When we are together now.
Yeah, when we are together now. And I've had issues of joint accounts, people having joint accounts and personal accounts. That is a different approach to depending to your situation, depending to how you want to run your relationship. But all in all, bring your own financial system, build your own financial system when you are single. And you also, as a man, build your own. When you guys meet, match your systems. See what you can compromise on, see what you need to cut out, see what you can improve on as a family now, or as a couple, or as wife and husband. So that you have a family manual now. So as early as you know that this person I'm willing to stay with. Talk about money. Yes.
I think you said something that reminded me, like, I think it's this week. I was watching Tim Ross and his wife. They were on a podcast that it's called Dear Future Wife. Like, I loved what he said about marriage. Like, when two people the Bible says when two people are married, become one.
They become one, yeah.
You see, but this other person now, your defect, she's outside you, or as a man. Like for me now, if I don't do something right, it's easy for me when I have to be responsible for it, or I question myself about it. I can even go to a gym to distract myself about it, or go to soccer to distract myself about it. Like to avoid being accountable, then I'm gonna be doing something to distract me. But when you have a partner, you're not gonna do that to the wife. You have to be responsible to the wife. You have to, like she's here.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna ask you you can do better. Like why are you doing this? Like why are you late? Why are you spending money like that? Okay, like okay, it's 2 p.m. When are you bathing? Like those questions. Like, because now you're one. And when you're one, this other person is the one person you cannot avoid. And that's where it really reminds me of the conversation I was having yesterday, saying about men being less vocal. We are less vocal, most of us. I know myself, I'm less vocal. But I'm less vocal. I'm very less vocal. Like you have to get to a point of me having a relationship with me to get to know me speaking about something. Like literally there are a lot of people who haven't heard me speak. There are a lot of people who are gonna see this record and are gonna be like, oh, so this guy
so he can talk.
Yes, some people are fortunate to have heard me speak. But I'm saying like when it comes to a lot of things that matter, I would rather not speak. Because a lot of times we avoid being in arguments. A lot of times we avoid having disputes or whatsoever. Because and a lot of ways that we deal with things. For us, some things that doesn't matter. But for a lady, like how her hair looks matters. Like she's gonna go to the mirror 4 times. For me, if my head is dry, I'm going. As long as it's dry, I put lotion on, I go. Sometimes I even forget that I have a meal. Like sometimes I literally forget that I have a meal. Like there are a lot of things that matter to ladies that don't matter to us. Hair gaining, weight, like those small changes and everything. Sometimes they just don't matter to us because we work on a different level. So it's those things. But that's how relationships are. But
Can I add something?
Can I add something?
How much just said. I believe from the get-go, it is very important that you choose a partner. The very important thing, it's all lies on the type of person that you choose. Because, like she was saying, we have different upbringings, we have different relationship with money. There are people who you will never ever be able to go to work with in terms of money. But you can do whatever. You can try to do whatever, but there are people who do not have a relationship with money. And you will be trying to build yourself. Trying to build yourself on, no, I should be using my finances like this. But choice, my friend. Try to choose a person who will be able to meet you halfway. Because, I believe this is the most important. There are people who we are not compatible with in terms of finances. You will never be. So choice is very important.
So like I think you said it right when you spoke of choice. I think for me when we talk of choice, it reminds me like I was at a point where I was saying I really don't just need a partner. I need a purpose partner. I don't know. A lot of people talk about compatibility, talk about a lot of things, but I need a purpose partner. I need somebody who's gonna chase purpose with. Like I'm not married yet, but there are a lot of things that people are gonna be saying about what you need in a partner, physical appearance, whatsoever. But there's one thing that I normally say to people: the person you're gonna love, like you don't even see how they are most of the time, physically. The reason I'm saying physical is I would wanna ask somebody like any of you like how often do you look at your moms and say like, oh, this lady doesn't have a nice booty? Like that's the last thing you see. Because when she comes, you see a princess. You see a queen. Like what she is to you covers everything that she looks like. So like that's the last thing you look at. Because like it even reminds me of what marriage vows are. People when they make marriage vows, they say for better or worse. But for better or worse, we normally don't dig deep to it. For better or worse, it's more like we're talking of arguments. Like for better or worse, when we don't not good in the money. Like for better or worse, when we have a partner who you loved so much, who had a vibrant skin, who had everything that you loved, physical that looks good, not being able to do anything for themselves. That's what worse can be sometimes. Having to take, like I literally saw this video of a guy taking care of the wife. The wife cannot talk at all, cannot speak at all. Then he shows us the picture on the wall of that lady, how the lady looked. Oh man, I was so broken. Like I see how strong he is being, but I wonder how it feels. For this person whom you once loved so much, so dearly, now they look like this. That's where I was. So like I don't know maybe we are about to conclude, but what can you say like generally what should, like you said, like you choose your partners important, but what should people look into partners that they want to get? Like what should a partner have at least? What areas of agreement should there be of a partner? Like what can you say? Like at your own perspective, what does a partner or an ideal partner have to have? Maybe closing up, because like this topic we can talk about it for days. We can talk about it for months, and we won't get to it. But what, like you just go into the conclusion of it and come to close it. Like what can you say about a partner should have? Like when this is an ideal partner for me.
It's a bit difficult. I'll give my perspective to the question. Firstly, I feel like for me, the thing that's at the very top, my friend, is for that partner of mine to have a very strong relationship with God. Because I feel like that's, for me, it's very important, because I am a young person who is trying to find his way, his purpose in what God has entrusted unto me. You understand? So to me, someone who has found themselves in God, who has a relationship with God, I believe they will have principles that will help them with almost everything, almost every problems or challenge that we face in this world. The manual, the Bible will always have something that can solve the problem. Understand? The second thing, I like the mind. I'm a reader. I love reading books. I would love someone who reads. Because I believe reading is very important. You get experience, you get to learn so much from other people's experiences. People experience, then they write books. And you can learn 20 years worth of experience in what? Just a month.
Yeah,
So it's very important.
Just
Yeah,
a few pages, like,
And just a few pages.
yeah.
So it's very important. The intellectual mind. to me.
Yeah.
And what else can I say? Those are the two. Those are the two.
No, the major ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, ma'am?
Yeah, it's really a hard question that I'll have to copy his first point, the foundation God, because as much as I believe that I am what I am because of God, I would want my partner to have that perspective as well.
Yeah.
Because if you have God in your life, trust me, you'll make mistakes. Of course, we are human and we err a lot, but you'll always have a guide map. You'll always have a direction from God, especially if you read His word and you listen to Him when He talks to you. You'll always have a way. You'll always find a way, and God can help you stand through whatever trouble you have in your relationship with that partner.
Yeah.
So if both of you have God in your lives,
Yeah.
and you meet, it becomes something beautiful, magnificent to behold. So I think having a God-centered life, or my partner should have a God-centered life.
Yeah.
And then it should be somebody who's open-minded, somebody who's willing to learn. I mean, we are not perfect, and we are learning every day.
Yeah,
so when we encounter situations or topics like finance, and you have a bad relationship, you've been having a bad relationship with your finance, and I've been having a good relationship with my finance, you should be able to learn. You should be able to have that mind that is ready to absorb and flexible enough to adjust. No, don't say, no, I've been raised like this. I've been raised like this. This is how I'm going to be my life. I'm a man of the house.
I'm the head of the house.
And one last thing I would like to chip in is that as partners, you need to identify who has a better relationship with finance. I know that you made a whole statement to say ladies are better with finance, but at some point, a guy is better than a lady.
Yeah, I understand.
So sit down in a relationship, identify who has a better relationship with money. That is somebody who, some ladies, they'll drain their account and even drain yours. They'll consume their whole money and get yours and consume it because you are there and you are supposed to provide for them. So you need to be at a point where you sit down and say, how has your relationship with money been? That is why it's critical at the very initial stage of the relationship, when you are not sure that I'm taking this life thing with this person. You sit down. How has your relationship with money been? And they lay out to you and you lay out to them. And then you choose who is going to be the financial manager of the family. If it's a man, fine. Men can be good financial leaders in the family. If it's a woman, fine as well.
Then it's fine as well.
Yeah. So you need to sit down and identify who has better
relationship.
Yeah.
I think in conclusion, just before I thank you, I wanna say thank you guys for saying so much about money. Like I think I needed this more than anything. And I think we're gonna be having more conversations about money, and I'm personally gonna be like using these principles because like I'm at a point where there are a lot of things that I wanna achieve, but I'm at zero budget. I'm at zero account number. So like literally I'm paving this to see myself, to see like, okay, where am I gonna be at certain point? Like I've learned this year, I've even recorded learning this year, but where is it gonna put me? Because at the end of the day, it's all advices. But if we're not gonna execute them, then it's not gonna be helping us. But at the point where we're gonna be executing them right and doing them right, like, that's one thing. And I talked about TC earlier, Transformation Church. They have this beautiful thing that they have bought for everybody who wants to learn about finances. It's called Clemcy Class. You can go there, it's free. They advise you about money. A lot of people are giving testimonies about what the advices about money have been there. Anybody who's gonna watch this, like they've subscribed for everybody for the whole year. Those are people who teach people money, but they have bought their platform for a whole year for everybody. So anybody who wants to better themselves in finances, they can go that for that chance of money, and it's gonna be like I'm learning about money. I'm a student of money, and I wanna be better in this. And this is one thing like I wanna really embark on.
Master,
Yeah, I want to master money. I want to master money. I want to master my relationships. I want to love money. I want money to serve me. You said money should serve me, and I shouldn't chase it. So like I think that's the whole thing. We're gonna have more conversations about money, but I think we're gonna end here with this one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.